I've been a bit remiss, unfortunately. Some months ago, one of my subscribers, Grant, in Canada, asked me to show a little bit more about my motorhome and Mandy's little RomaHome, and I went straight out of my mind, and so I'm going to have a go now. So come have a look. Well, there she is. She's a Peugeot, and she's about 8 meters long overall, with a 2-litre engine, and she was first registered in October 2003. So in a few months' time she'll be 19 years old. And at the moment she's looking a bit dirty because she's standing underneath those trees up there, and it's not good for her, but that can soon be cleaned off. Well, the original decals were all cracked and faded, so I had it redone like that. And the noise in the background is our neighbour's dogs. Sorry about that. I'm starting here on the off side, on the driver's side. There's a little compartment here where the toilet cassette is, and although she's parked up, I always usually keep her plugged in to the mains. And down here we have a compartment where we keep the LPG bottles, and on the back there's my electric bike. And on the near side, or the passenger side, there's this locker here, which is a good size but not very tall, and in there I keep the deck chairs and the ramps for levelling out and all the other rubbish. And in here there's another locker where I keep the water pipe and the electric cable when I'm on the road. And then here we have the entrance door. And down there is the step, which I operate by hand at the moment. It just comes out like that. It's supposed to go back when you switch the ignition on, but this particular model is made for European or left-hand drive cars or vehicles, and the gubbins to switch it on and off are on this side, which is the front side of the vehicle, which means it picks up all the muck, and that just stops it from working. So I have to be very, very careful, and to overcome that, on the wing mirror I've got this little extra piece here, which I look down and I can see the step. I can see if it's down before I drive off, which I have done in the past. Well, being a bit of a basic model, there's no AC on this vehicle, so it wouldn't be very good for taking to hot climes like the south of France or anywhere like that. But it'll drive very nicely, and it's got the standard heater unit. I keep my Garmin up there, and my reversing camera there, and up here my dash cam, and then my telephone I stick on the side window there so I can reach it, and I also use that instead of a sat nav very often. The seats are very comfortable, and they have these fold down armrests, which makes it very comfortable for driving. The passenger seat will swivel, but we just don't use it like that, or I don't use it like that, because there's no point. Because all you'd be looking at is the end of the cooker and the door into the toilet there. Over the cab there's a nice big storage locker there for all the bedding, and there's my cooker with a 4-ring gas hob which lifts up like that, and that's down there. It also has a grill and a proper oven. And that water can down there is the one I use for drinking water, because I don't like drinking water out of the tank. And here we have the toilet, which, if we were on a boat, I call it the heads. And that's there's a cassette toilet there. There's nice mirrors and a shower if you want to take a shower in there. And underneath the sink there's a good storage cupboard for all the cleaning stuff. Down there we have the refrigerator, which works on gas, 12 volt and one mains electricity. And above that there is the wardrobe. And there's the wardrobe there with little short shelves on the one side. Next to the cooker is the sink, and above that there are storage lockers for various bits of cutlery, or crockery I should say, and tea, coffee and so on. There are also plenty of small drawers along here where I keep the cutlery and also all other bits and pieces. And here I have some more storage cupboards and drawers which I use for food. The very simple electric control panel is there, and then the storage cupboards all the way around the top. Speakers for the radio, and another one to get stereo, and then we come to a very important one, the Dinks Cabinet. I was just about to show you in here the Dinks Cabinet, and I dropped the camera and it has ceased to function. It was my favourite camera, but I'm now using a new one, or a different one, old one. When I'm on the road, obviously I don't want those bottles all rattling around, so I use a kitchen roll and put that in the corner like that, and then I have two small cushions, and one goes in there like so, and that makes the valuable commodities safe. A while back I had a rather embarrassing experience when I was wild camping, and I ran both the batteries, the leisure battery and the van battery flat, and I had to ask for help. So to avoid that, I'd done a couple of things. I fitted 3 of these LED lamps, which obviously use a lot less electricity, and I'm actually waiting for a delivery at the moment of a voltage controller so that I can dim them down because they are a bit bright at night. And the other thing I've done is buy one of those and one of those, which fit behind the driver's seat. The first of those two things is this, an Ecoflow 500 watt power pack, which is really good. It's got a very nice display on it. I'm not going to try and do a review because there are loads of very good reviews about this unit, and I'm not very good at it anyway. But having watched numerous reviews of numerous types of power packs, I chose this one because from flat it will charge to 100% from the mains in 1.5 hours, which is brilliant. You can also charge it with either 12 volt cigarette lighter socket, or you can use a solar panel, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. It has various ports. It's got a light as well, but I don't know whether I'll be using that, especially the SOS bit. And it has an inverter built in, so you've got 2 13 amp outlets there. So it's a handy unit. It's not too heavy, really, considering what it is. And although it's 500 watts, I've actually boiled a small camping kettle of 600 watts. And I've got another one that's 900 watts. I haven't tried that one yet. But it has a surge on it up to, I think it's 1,500 watts, but it wouldn't last very long like that. So on the whole, I'm really pleased with that. Now I'll show you the solar panel. And once again, I did a lot of watching videos and reviews, and I ended up buying this one. Now I paid £169 for this, and I have seen them the same on Amazon for 200 and some odd pounds. It's a 4-panel, 120 watt output, folds up nicely and folds nicely. It's got 4 panels like that. Again, I'm not going to try and do a review because I'm not that good at it, and there are plenty of people who are, and I've put it up. I've tried this in the sunlight, direct sunlight. It was pushing out about 100 watts, and when the sun went behind the cloud, so it got very cloudy, it dropped to 10 to 20, sometimes 30 watts, which you've got to expect, obviously. And of course, a lot of the reviews that you see are made in America, where they seem to have a lot more sunshine than we do, or they just pick the right days, I don't know. Anyway, that's the other thing that I bought, and I hope now that I shall not be running the battery down flat and leaving myself stuck. As you've probably gathered, I use Gwendolyn on my own mainly, and so I keep that side of the table for working, eating, relaxing, and on this bed I leave my sleeping bag made up ready, so all I have to do is remove the back cushions and my bed is ready. It simply pivots around that way, and that makes it very comfortable for eating. So that's Gwendolyn. Comfortable for 2, luxury for 1. And I don't think there's much more I can cover, really. So I hope it's been of a little bit of interest. So for this time, bye bye. Oh, before I go, because I had broken the camera, and I was using this one that I'm not particularly familiar with, when I was doing Rosalie, there was a whole load that came out black and white, and I don't know why. I did find out why, but I couldn't find out at the time. So that's why when you look at Gwendolyn, when you look at Rosalie, some of it's in black and white. But then it's a very old van, so it probably would have been in black and white. Bye-bye. Oh, I'll see you down at Rosalie. Right, now we'll have a look around Mandy's little RomaHome, Rosalie.
This is Rosalie, and she's based on a C15 Citroen van. She's got a 1.8 engine, not turbo, but nice and reliable. And if you come along here, this is where the onboard water tank is refilled. She's diesel, petrol. There's your diesel tank. In here, this is where I keep my LPG store. There's a big bottle, and I usually keep a few canisters as well for my emergency single burner stove. Electric hookup in there. And if you come round this side, I've got another locker on the other side, and in there I keep a small grey waste container and a very tiny kids paddling pool which serves as a shower tray, because I've got my own camping shower which sticks onto the side of Rosalie just about there.
And how old is she?
She's 26 years old.
Exactly,
26 years old this year.
Fantastic.
Okay, I'll take you into the cab now. Just in there, I like to keep my cassettes, because she's still got the original radio cassette player. So luckily I kept all of mine from the 1980s. Up here I've got my sat nav, and here something that I fitted last weekend, a really good little CB, and I've got an antenna down here which is a mag mount. So what I tend to do is just open the window a little bit and then stick it out onto the bonnet. Quite good reception really, and not silly money. First aid box over there underneath the glove compartment. And the reason I've got this here is because the two little girls, the doggies, like to look out of the window as they're going along. So this is a bit of a booster seat for them. And then they go on a shock cord seat belt, and those connect to their little harnesses, so they're nice and safe and legal. Take you into the back now. Nice little step, by the way. These are brilliant. Look, folds up nice and small, anti-slip, and doubles up as a little seat or a little table to do your cooking prep. Straight away, first in, cooker with a grill, nice little fridge, and up here essential things like tea and coffee, and of course glasses for the booze. Oh, and a measuring unit. And then across this way I have storage for cooking pots, pans, whatever. And in here, a nice little sink. Always use eco-friendly washing up liquid. And I've got, if you can see that little tap there, that operates by a pump, which is just under there. And cutlery. This is a good little device. If you can come round me, I'll show you what I mean. I have to go backwards, mine. If you want extra food prep space, it fits neatly there. And when you're washing up or doing your food prep, it fits beautifully just there like that. So you can have extra food prep, or you can use it as a draining board. It's great. Which brings me to tables, both sides, one there, one there. And while we're here, this bag that conceals my my little waste paper bag, this was made by Atina Moon, and we won it in a raffle draw competition that she arranged, and I think Atina Moon is fabulous. Check out her videos, especially the Scotland ones. So thank you, Atina. I bet you'll be glad to see it's been put to good use. Up here, spices, sauces, that sort of thing, easy access. Oh, and essential, two things for when you're cooking outside, especially with a Dutch oven. And this vicious knife, not to be taken lightly. That's my food prep knife. Under there I've got a cold water container, and under here various items. Good storage under all the lockers, to be fair. Have a quick look. Plenty of things that you need, including the blinds. And then,
where do you keep your toilet?
Everybody wants to know that. I used to keep it under there because there's a nice little hole there that you can reach in and empty it, but it's a bit of a pain to keep getting it in and out of there. So my toilet goes here, only when I'm travelling. In the night time it goes down in the footwell at the back of the vehicle, or alternatively in my toilet tent. usually in the toilet tent. And up here, lovely storage space. I love my garland that my best friend Karen made for me, especially these two colours, the green and the orange, for a special man called Kieran at Kelpie, and his mum Amanda knows who he is. Would you like to see the roof up?
Yes, now this is a very special thing about this little van. It's low enough as it is to go under the barriers of all the car parks, but when you stop you can lift the roof up. There you are, your extra headroom inside, and it's good, isn't it, Mandy?
It's great, and that took me all of about 1 minute.
Great. Well done, and thank you for showing us around. Those are our two little mobile homes, Rosalie and Gwendolyn. Thanks for watching. Bye.